Alright fellas, here we are back in Pokemon Masters, and today we're going to be finally taking a full overview of the Battle Rally and seeing how it works, what are the ins and outs, and giving you a little bit of advice. I don't know how long this video is going to be. I don't want it to be too long because it'll get boring and you won't care, but I also want to go over everything that is important, and there's a lot to cover, as you can see from the amount of tabs I have open here. So I'm going to go ahead and start a Battle Rally so we can take a look at this stuff. To start out, you need a Battle Rally Pass. We got 3 for login bonus yesterday, obviously, and we got 1 for the weekly mission, and then we got another one, I think, to just start out the Battle Rally, I guess? I don't know, either way. So start out with 5. Going into the missions here, going into event, Battle Rally missions updated every week. 3 more days. It updates every Monday. You log into the game and you get yourself a Battle Rally Pass every single week, and you complete a single Battle Rally, which is between stages 1 and 10. You defeat the final stage, you get yourself 1 Roll Cake Coin voucher, and you get 300 gems. So weekly, that is 300 gems and a Roll Cake Coin voucher, as well as however many rally medals you get. And overall, about every month, that will be 1,200 gems. So if you want to compare it to the Battle Rally, yes, we are losing 800 gems, but that's not the point of this video. So log in every single week, you get a Battle Rally Pass, and you can do this every single week, right? So I'm going to go ahead, as I said, start this. You have 27 days, by the way, to log in for the other ones. Anyway, so here we are. We started out the Battle Rally, and we got ourselves 2 items, I guess. I'm just going to go ahead and go through that. Okay, so as you can see here, we start out in the Battle Rally, which we can see our first battle, which if we go ahead and we head over to Absol's Twitter, we can see, not Twitter, the Tumblr. I have it somewhere here, man. It's, yeah, right here. Okay. These are all of the battles that are in the Battle Rally. There are, I believe, 321 different battles, and they all vary from different difficulty to whatever else, right? If you want to know, for normal difficulty, I don't know what it is. The normal battles are absolutely stupidly easy. Like, these are normal battles. They have 3,000 health. It's nothing. Normal battles are extremely easy, and they give you 100 rally points. I think that's what they're called. I forget. Either way, they give you rally points. Normal mode gives you 100. Hard mode gives you 200, and then very hard gives you 300. Looking down here, I can face either this guy here, who is again extremely easy. I can face this hard battle here, which is a little bit more difficult, but still not very hard. I'm pretty sure these are normal, like daily extreme battles, I think is what this one specifically is, and that's probably their level of difficulty. These battles, very hard, which is what you should mostly be focusing on doing. As a new player, obviously, maybe hard mode will be a little bit better for you. Probably never do normal. Just go for hard, right? If you're gonna, if you really think you can't win, but trust me, it's not actually that bad. Very hard is consisting of every single stadium battle, from Kanto Stadium all the way to Alola Stadium, right? Every single one of them, as well as the Special Patio Stadiums, as you can see with me facing New Champion Leaf here, as well as a few Battle Challenge Round 2s from different events, such as, like, I saw the one for New Year's Wallace, New Year's Claire. There was the Battle Challenge Round 2 for that one. There was a Battle Challenge, I think, the one against Penny, right? There's a ton of them, just a ton of them, probably a couple dozen, like I'd say upwards of like 50, 60, 70 battle challenges spread in here as well. And the final battle is an ultimate battle, which is between, I can't remember all of them, Argenta, Annabelle, Palmer, Lucy, Thornton, Darok. I know I probably forgot one of those, but either way, you face an ultimate battle at the very end of this, no matter what your difficulty is, but do consider, on hard and normal, they're not really that difficult. Very hard, it can be very difficult, but you'll see why it's not actually going to be that bad. So, anyway, that's the little overview for the beginning here. I'll go over what Absol has posted here and kind of explain a little bit more detail. You start the mode with 500 rally points and 1 item boost stat. Those items are between these here. These item boosts give you 100% stat buffs to all of your sync pairs, as long as you have 1 character that meets the conditions on your team. Kanto upgrade, for example. If you have a Kanto character, it does not matter if your whole team is Kanto, just 1 Kanto character, all of your allies will get a Omni buff in all of these stats by 100%. So as you can see, when I logged in, I got into the game, and I go and look at my activated bonuses here, I got Psychic, meaning I get a boost every single time a Psychic character is on my team. Like, for example, as you can see here, I don't have a Psychic character, so my character's here, no boost. But if I go ahead and I put a Psychic character on the stage, it does not matter which one, they all get the boost, the stat boost, rather. I go ahead and look at Dawn now, she's got doubled stats pretty much, right? So do keep that in mind, that's how this works. And of course, the Psychic characters themselves will get a stat boost, right? So again, that's how it works for all of these. You can go from different regions to different typings to the main character, Elite Four, Gym Leader, Rivals, Champions, Villains, Trial Giver, and Battle Facility Foe. Probably the worst one to get would be like Champion, not Champion. Champion actually would be pretty bad. Like the Villain would probably be pretty bad. You know, getting any of these besides like Gym Leader and main character is probably pretty bad, honestly. But getting the typings and getting the regions are by far the best to get. If you get a region, you're doing really well. Unless you're like Galar as a new player, in which case obviously you're not going to have too much fun. But yeah, you'll be getting one of these boosters, and not only to coincide with that, you'll be able to go into the shop and buy more boosters. We'll go over these items in a bit. So, doing that. So again, this is your item booster, which gives you different boosts depending on if you have that character of that theme skill on your team. All item effects will be active only one time and then disappear after use. That is kind of incorrect, partially incorrect. Some items have a one-use limitation. If we go to the item list here, you'll see that items like Hearty Stew, which restores all out HP, because do consider, or do remember, this does carry over HP and MP of your moves to the other battles. And again, it's only 10 battles, so it's not really that bad, but do consider MP and HP do carry over between matches. So do keep that in mind. These items like Hearty Stew and the replenishing Patty, these only work one time. Can I view the item? I don't want to exchange. Okay, exchange. Rally, whatever. Anyway, yeah. These items are only viable once used specifically, and there are other items like these here. Note, this item's effect will only be active for the next battle. This one reduces sync countdown by 9. Very good item for sure, but it's only used in that one next battle. There are permanent boosts though, such as the one that you get at the start. It is a permanent buff, meaning it will activate from now until the very end of the battle rally. Of course, it will not activate outside of the battle rally, but for this specific battle rally you are doing, it will be activated. And again, there's other ones here. Super effective power increases attacks by 100% when they are super effective. That is a very good boost, by the way. This one here, Callus upgrade. Callus characters get 100% stat boost. It's very similar to this, except it's for Callus characters, right? And again, it's a permanent stat buff. Electric moves 100%, powering up electric moves by 100% permanently. All stats, stat raise randomly. This is a random stat raiser. It's permanent. But again, go down here, this item, the Max Countdown Sandwich, reducing sync countdown by 3 on entry. It is only able to activate once on the next battle, and then you can never use this item again unless you like buy another one, right? So keep that in mind, and they have different point costs. And when it comes to points, you get more points for beating battles, but your points that you substitute for items will be tallied off at the end of the battle rally, so you will not be able to exchange those for rewards. For example, if you win a battle rally and get 9,000 points, but you use 1,000 on items, you would only get 8,000 rally medals because you used 1,000 of your 9,000 for items. So do keep that in mind. You have to ration how many items you want to use, or buy rather, with how many points you want to earn for rally medals. And if you want to see the rally exchange shop, obviously, this is what it is. I'd see most people average about 8,000, probably, about the 7,000 range every single battle rally by doing the probably more optimal strats. So yeah, do keep that in mind. That's probably about how many you would get. You'll be able to get rally medals, which can be exchanged monthly for roll cake coin vouchers, 5-star power-ups, sync orbs, some feathers, and other things, right? So obviously the roll cake coin vouchers are the most valuable thing to pick up. Be sure to try and pick up as many of these as possible. Everything else is secondary. Never buy sync orbs, not useful at all, unless you're a very, very new player, in which case this could be very good because you do want to power up your characters quickly. I could see this being valuable for a very new player, but if you're even like a month or two into the game, you shouldn't have to buy this ever. 5-star power-ups could be very useful, of course, obviously, but I would probably only wait to buy those if you have maxed out the roll cake coin voucher shop. Keep that in mind. And then feathers, again, I would probably never buy these, but they're level 2, so I mean, they could be very good stat buffing. I'm not too sure. Wait, what? Oh, wow. Good stat stat buffs. Cool. Whatever. Anyway, so there you go. There's the rally coin shop, or rally battle shop. So again, whatever points you have at the end of the rally by beating stage 10, those will be automatically converted at a 1-to-1 ratio for rally medals, and you can exchange the rally medals at that rate for Roll Coin vouchers, 5-star power-ups, and other things. So that's items covered. There are a lot of different items in this. You can look at them and see what their effects are, and it will tell you if they are permanent or not. My advice is pretty much to never buy limited items outside of the final one, which is an apple cup, which I'll go over this probably a bit later. If I forget to, I'm sorry. Again, this is hard to cover and cover everything. I'm a mess. Anyway. Going over Absol's stuff here again, Hearty Stew and Replenishing Patty are always in the shop. This means that they will never leave the shop, because if you beat a battle, the shop will refresh. This is consistent of... okay. So, there are 3 things that I know for certain do not leave the shop. Kind of 4 items, I think. At the very beginning of the shop, stage 1, before you beat anything, you can buy the See All Scope, which makes all areas from area 1, area 1 to area 10 visible. You'll be able to see everything, and this is very, very good for being able to plan out strategies because of roll boosts and whatnot. We'll go over roll boosts in a second. But it's a very good item to buy because you can see everything. If you do not buy this, you can then buy another item, which is, I think, like binoculars, for however many points, and it will let you see the next area. It will not let you see all areas, but it will let you see the next area, and it's a lot less valuable in cost to reward because you'll probably want to be able to see what the next stage is after the one you beat anyway, right? You want to see what you're going to be fighting, so buying that and not buying this is honestly just going to make you waste more points in buying those instead of this. So buy this at the very beginning, or just don't buy it at all, or buy anything for visibility. But I would recommend buying it just so you can see all the stages info, build your teams around that, and whatever else. Replenishing Patty and Hearty Stew, restoring HP and MP. These are buyable infinitely, so you can restore HP and MP whatever you want. I would never recommend buying these, but if you really, really need to, then they are available. And the final thing that's available permanently is the stat buffer that you recently purchased. So, for example, I have Psychic Buffing here. Since I have not beaten the stage, Psychic Buffing is also available in the shop, which can give me even more Psychic boosts. These do stack. So if I were to buy this would be a 200% total multiplier to my allies when there is a Psychic ally on the team, right? So these stats would go from, 3-something for Oak to about 9-something afterwards, right? Same thing for all allies with their stat boosts. So keep that in mind. Sorry about that. Had to go get a drink. I'm getting dehydrated. Anyway, yeah. So your item that you have gotten at the start of the rally will be in the shop here to begin with. And if you buy it, it will continue to be here after every single battle because it's meant to be a way to scale your power with the enemies, in a sense. So you can buy this. You can not buy it. Doesn't matter. It will stay in the shop. I don't know if it will be replaced or not if you buy another booster, because I bought Grass after a while on my first rally, and they were both available in the shop after I had finished doing a few battles. So I'm going to guess that if you get another booster, like for example, if I were to buy Callus here, both Psychic and Callus would be in the shop where if I were to beat the next area. So whatever you buy last will stay in the shop. And I think this may only apply to boosters such as the ones here with the different upgrades for stats, regions, and etc. I don't think it applies to stuff like this here with electric moves, or this here with the stat up, or the super effective power, that stuff. I don't think it applies infinitely, so these items may be worth getting, right now. Also, sometimes these items will be discounted by 50%. I don't know what the chance is. I don't know how many items get discounted, but there is a chance that one of the certain number of the items in the shop will be randomly discounted by half. So if you think it's a valuable pickup, go ahead, pick that up. Like for example, if the Psychic Boost was discounted by 50%, I would be more inclined to buy it so I could power up my characters for a far cheaper cost. So keep that in mind. Anyway, going on to the next stuff. That Absol has stated, item boosts are from the start always in the shop. Yeah, as stated. Besides the above, other items will always change in every area. This, again, is differing because, again, I bought that grass booster and it stayed all the way until the very end. So anything you may buy may stay. But again, it could only be, I'm pretty sure it is only applying to things like the Callus boost, the Psychic boost, you know, the main character boost, those type of things, not like this stuff here where you're boosting like super effective damage or something. I don't think that applies. Occasionally, an item will be 50% discounted, as we said. See All Scope will be available in Area 1. Yes, that is what this item is. You'll be able to see all items. If you buy it, it will be changed. If you buy the item, it will be changed to just a random item. I forget exactly what. Just nothing crazy. Just another item will be available. That's not it. If you skip it, Area 2 onward, it will be the Seanoculars, and those items will continue to appear before Area 10 is open. So again, if you don't buy the All Scope, then the Seanoculars will be available on every single area. It's overall worse value to buy. It costs more depending on how many of them you buy, right? So just buy the All Scope. It is very, very useful for planning and whatnot. Mode is similar to Battle Viola. When you choose and form a combat and choose a new trainer for the next battle, consider your options carefully. Once the lineup is confirmed, an old trainer can't be added until you retire. This means that if you take a trainer to a battle, for example, let's go back to the stage. This stage is boosted by tech and support. I would want to bring tech and support characters because they give boosted points. Again, we'll go over that in a little bit. But let's say I brought Cygnus Thunderbolt Red and Cygnus Aura Cynthia. I would be forced to use those characters until I swap them out. And the moment I swap them out, I can never use them again until I reset the battle rally or beat it or whatever. If I beat the battle rally, then obviously everything resets. I can use whatever I want again. But for the rest of this battle rally, if I were to swap out Thunderbolt Red or Cynthia or both or whatever, I would not be able to use them again. Does not matter how much health they have, MP they have, they will be locked from usage if the moment I swap them out for another character and beat a battle. I can swap them out, attempt a battle, and then lose and swap them back in. That's fine. But if you beat a battle after swapping out a character, they are locked out forever. You are done. So just keep that in mind. When you retire from Area 2 honors, you will receive 20% rally medals. I would never retire. I would never recommend doing that. If you really think you are just screwed, to say the least, just do normal mode. Just do normal mode. It's extremely easy. It's a pushover. If you really think you're going to be that bad, lower difficulty and then beat it, because you'll get far more points if you were to retire with what you have. Far more. Just beat it up, beat this normal difficulty ultimate battle at the end, and you'll be fine. You can hold 5 battle rally passes for this mode. You can hold only 5 maximum, but you shouldn't have to worry about that too much. Again, we got 5 yesterday, but as long as you use a few, you'll be fine because they probably won't be giving them out too often. So there shouldn't be any case where you have them like stacked up. You'll be fine though. If you want to like do them all at once, like 5 at once, go for it. But really just do them once every week and you won't hit that cap. If you hit a cap, then the item will just be gone, meaning you've lost out on however many rally medals and however many items to exchange for. So again, just do this every week. No gems for the mode except the mission every week. We already went over that. 300 gems every week for beating it. Each rally has 3 difficulty levels, which is easy, hard, and very hard. Rally points are 100, 200, and 300 respectively. And then Lucky is a special quest where you earn 600 rally points. I got this screenshot from someone else here. This is a Lucky quest. Pushover. Easier than normal mode. It is literally like a Blissful Bonanza level stage, and it gives you 600 points for free. Always do these with the maximum possible buff here. Now, I will finally cover what that means. If you see in the top corner of my screen down here, of the first battle, it says bonus, tech, and support. This is how you get more points than what you would normally get for beating these stages. Because if I were to beat very hard, I would get 300 base points, and that would be it. But if I bring tech and support characters, I will be getting a buff to my overall points. I've gotten a little notepad here that I just made for the overall point buff. Ignore this one for now. I'll just get rid of it. I'll just get rid of it for now, and I'll just keep it down here. Anyway, so this is what you're looking at. If you have 100 base points for normal mode, 200 for hard, and then 300 for very hard, you will be getting at a 1x multiplier that base point score. If you bring one character that is boosting the stage by 1.5 times, you will be getting 150 points on normal, 300 for hard, 450 for very hard. And it continues to 2 times 2.5, 3 times 3.5, and I think 4 times is the maximum because rolls and EX rolls also apply. So for example, in this stage, I have Acerola, Dawn, and Professor Oak. one roll applies a 0.5 times multiplier. So because I have 3 characters that are applying for one tech, and then support again, I am bringing 1.5, 1.5, 1.5 for a total of a 2.5 times multiplier. Keep that in mind. So meaning if I were to beat the stage on very hard with this team, which I could, I would get 750 points for beating it. That is 750 rally medals. If I were to beat the event, we'll say for just example's sake right now, that'd be 750 rally medals. And again, 10 stages. The best way to go about doing this is to maximize the amount of points you can earn while also minimizing the amount of items you have to buy. So for this sake, this is why the CL scope is extremely useful, because you can scout out what roles are needed for each battle. As you can see down here in this other screenshot, same screenshot rather, this is boosted by field and sprint, meaning you want to bring field and sprint characters to get as many total points as you possibly can, right? Again, EX rolls also apply. That's how you can get higher multipliers than 2.5, because you can also apply the EX roll. If a character applies both of these, okay, we don't have a sprint and field EX and EX roll character, but let's just say that we did. Like, let's say an Elisa is field, her EX roll is sprint, you have to have that EX roll invested. It cannot just be an optional thing. Like, for example, Sigma Suit Serena and Zygarde, they are a base striker. They would apply the striker roll. That's fine, but they would not apply the support role unless you have invested the EX role cake into that character. So you have to, this is why investing EX roles is now more important than ever, because it allows you to get more points for these stages, to get more role cake vouchers, so you can then exchange for more role cakes and get, again, just more points in general. So keep that in mind. Yeah, it's pretty much all there is to go over. That's why one single character can get up to a 2 times boost, because their roll and EX roll can be boosted. Again, back to that Elisa example, if she was a field and sprint character, she would have a 2 times boost because she applies both field and sprint. So that's why, again, you can get up to a 4 times boost if you apply all the characters of the necessitated EX roll. That's why it's also extremely important to fully abuse lucky stages, because they are extremely easy and they give you 600 points for free. If we were to go ahead and we were to put that into this little notepad that I made here, that would be what, 900, 120, 150, 180. The list would go on, right? The list would go on. You would get an extremely large amount of points simply just for bringing characters of these roles. Obviously, you do have to consider, like, maybe you want to save an EX role character for a different stage or something like that, but for the most part, you want to try and maximize the amount of points you can get from every stage, but especially lucky stages, because of how many points they can output for literally for free. You want to keep that in mind. Other than that, I think that's pretty much the explanation on, like, roll boost and whatnot. Again, that's what you want to do. This is why you want to buy the CL scope, because you can look towards the end of the battle, see what characters are boosted by what roles boost point outputs for each stage, so you can save your better characters for better stages, especially if they are super effective against that stage, because that's just more damage you can do overall. So yeah, keep that in mind. Going over here again, CL scope available in area 1. No, sorry, this is, yeah, okay. No gems. Each area has the difficulty. 20% chance, it seems, to get a lucky quest. I'm going to guess that's a 20% chance per rally, battle rally in general, because I have done 2 battle rallies and I have not gotten a lucky stage. I could get one here. I don't know, again, because I haven't bought the CL scope yet. I know someone who did all 5 stages and got 2 lucky areas in different rallies. I know someone who did 5 stages or 5 battle rallies and got 1 lucky area. So keep that in mind. The chances do seem to be about 20%. So you may get lucky, you may not get lucky. This is the big kicker here. Each new area, the enemy stats increase by 100% to 800%. And on area 10, on very hard only, the enemies get a 100% stat boost. Lucky Quest will boost 0% because they're a pushover stage. Literally, again, if we go back and we look at the... I need to find... Oh god, finding is hard. This. Go back here. This is the lucky stage, I think. Right? Yeah, lucky single. Look at the difficulty. 300 health. That's it. They are literal pushovers. Again, you can bring, like, level 1 Edmons and probably win. Not kidding. Anyway, so this is the big thing. 100% to 800% buff. I think I had a screenshot of it here, but I didn't, but I just took it out, but that's whatever, it doesn't really matter. Going back here, Area 0, well, the first area starts out with a 0% boost, meaning their base strength is what they would be as a normal stage, meaning Neo Champion Leaf's strength is at a normal stadium stage without points, by the way. Pointless stadium is extremely easy. Neo Champion Leaf without points, right? That's what this is. Area 2 has a 100% multiplier, essentially doubling enemy stats. The big way to counteract that, again, is buying items and, of course, bringing stronger, more capable characters, right? Because we have characters without stat boosts beating regular ultimate battles, right? Like Annabelle, you had Neo Champion Serena, Neo Champion Red, Thunderbolt Red, all those characters able to beat that ultimate battle without having any boosters. So it's possible, but again, if you do think it's becoming too difficult, you can buy these item boosters here to increase your level of strength to fight these enemies. Area 2 is a 200% boost, or sorry, 100% boost. Area 3 is a 200% boost, all the way up here to where Area 9 is an 800% boost. That is what, 9 times stronger enemies, so from what their base strength is. So that's where you're going to really need items or something to really power up your characters. And again, Area 10 is guaranteed to be an ultimate battle. If we go to Area 10, these are all ultimate battles. This is on normal difficulty, it's still Annabelle. Area 10, it is Thornton. Area 10, Argenta, Palmer, Lucy, Dirac, Annabelle, Thornton, Argenta. They're all ultimate battles for every single difficulty. The kicker is that they are easier on lower difficulties. On normal mode, Dirac, only 153,000 health, whereas on very hard, I think he has like, what, 400,000, 500,000? So it's easier, and the stat buff is, look how weak this is. This is immense, this is pitifully weak. Extremely weak. So do keep in mind that is what you're dealing with. But if you go, of course, again to the hard difficulty, Annabelle here with 660,000 health instead of 900,000 health, 1,400 attack, that's still quite a bit of attack, but it's far lower than what you would normally be dealing with. Hard mode Thornton, 1,200 attack, again, still pretty difficult, but it's far lower than what you would normally be dealing with from a regular ultimate battle, as well as on very hard. But going to very hard, their base strength is equivalent to what a regular ultimate battle is. Meaning Annabelle is the exact same as she is when you are facing her in the ultimate battle section of the game, but on very hard, they get a doubled stat boost, meaning Annabelle has a 1.8 million health and over 9,000 attack and special attack. Extremely tough, extremely. You cannot fathom how probably how strong that stage would be, right? That is where this specific item comes in. If I can find, I'm bad. I know I'm bad at this. The Apple Cup. The Apple Cup is basically a win button. It gives you all of these effects, which Sync Countdown -9, maximum every single stat besides crit on entry, lowers all enemy stats by 6 on entry, applies super effective next every time you land a move, implies endurance. It gives you everything, and a 500% raw stat buff. This, against any ultimate battle, any stage in general, is a win button. You will win whenever you use the Apple Cup. The only thing is 500 points, and it's only available once. I'm pretty sure this is only available right before you face the final stage, which again is an ultimate battle. So if you think you can beat this on very hard without the Apple Cup, go for it. You'll probably lose. But if you think you can't, then of course buying the Apple Cup has just been the best option for facing very hard difficulty just in general. The Apple Cup will make you win. But this is where I had this here. This is what I mean. No Apple Cup was bought on any of these stages. If you use an Apple Cup on very hard, you have to factor in the fact that you just lost points by 500 because you bought this item. Meaning, if you look at this chart here, which again, let me go ahead and just simplify it again. This is your point output for every single stage when you buy the Apple Cup. And if you've noticed, negative 50 points, a lot lower than 450. To 100 points, a lot lower than 400. Or sorry, yeah, 300, 400, 500. Basically what I'm saying is you can clear the stages here on very hard without much issue. For the most part. You'll have to buy an item here and there, maybe spend like 400, 500 points in items plus the CL scope and whatever else. But my point is, once you get to the final ultimate battle, it is not boosted by 100% unless you fight on very hard, meaning if you go in here, and again, we go back and we look at hard difficulty, Lucy, she's only got 200,000 health and 500 attack. Is it a lot? Yeah, it's still a decent bit of attack, HP, and whatever else, but it is far easier than a regular ultimate battle, and you don't have to buy the Apple Cup in order to actually beat it. It is the raw strength of a regular ultimate battle, especially if you already bought a booster, then the stage is even easier to face. What I'm saying is it is far more worthwhile to go ahead and just not buy the Apple Cup and face your final ultimate battle stage on hard mode instead of very hard, because you'll net more points overall. I think unless you go to like 4 times of a boost, because at that point you'll break even, I believe. Because again, just look at the ratio here. If you beat it, let's say you beat the stage with the 2.5 times boost, which again is every character on your team is giving you a 1.5 times boost 4-point output. On hard mode, you would get 500 points for beating it. Using a Apple Cup and beating it with the same point booster would only give you 250 total points. You would get like 750 total, but again, take off 500 because you bought the Apple Cup. Just don't buy the Apple Cup and beat the stage on hard mode. Far easier, and you'll win. There's no problem. Because again, these are raw stats that are not boosted by 100%, 200%, or anything. These are raw stats that are unboosted, but it is also considering your stats are boosted by however many items you bought. So for example, I'm not facing like these ultimate battles that are slightly weaker with normal character stats that are like Dawn's, 300 attack or whatever it may be. I'm facing these ultimate battles with Dawn here that has 600 attack, 900 attack, 1,200 attack. However many items I bought to boost my characters in previous stages and however many of them carry over, I am facing an ultimate battle with all of those items activated, which make it a pushover and gives you far more output of points than if you were to buy an Apple Cup and beat very hard. Again, the other alternative, beat very hard without an Ultimate Cup or an Apple Cup, which is very difficult. It is extremely difficult. It is really not, if you can do it, I'd say it's almost just not worth it to do it because your sanity will be out the window at that point. Just do hard mode and just breeze through it. Only reason you should buy an Apple Cup is if you want to see the funny effects, which they are very funny. The gauge and stat buffs, they're insane to look at. It is absurd. It's very funny. It's like being on a regional ultimate battle against an enemy that is not like region weak. If that makes any sense. Yeah, again, before Area 10, Apple Juice almost always appeared. Right? I think that may actually cover pretty much everything. So let me just recap. You can buy items from the item shop. Whatever you bought first will obviously retain throughout the entire ultimate battle, as well as the HP and MP items. The See All scope will be available on Area 1 only. I recommend in order to actually buy it. Otherwise, you'll be able to get sea inoculars, which are not as valuable and will probably end up costing more points overall. You can get a ton of other boosters that can be activated either for the next battle only or for permanent battles. Permanent items are far more useful, and again, they can be discounted as well, which make them far more valuable to pick up. And obviously, you get more points depending on if you have characters that are of the role or EX role of these bonuses here. And the more points you get, the more points you can exchange for items. And of course, however many points you beat an ultimate battle with, minus however many points you spend on items, you will be able to get, in order to get Rally Medal vouchers, in order to exchange for Roll Cake Coin vouchers and 5-star power-ups. My voice is fucking gone. But yeah. That is pretty much the essential overview of a battle rally. My voice is gone. Oh, I gotta talk too much. But yeah, what is my recommendation that you do? Fight very hard on every single stage at least a 2.5 times point booster, which is just what I have down here. See, I've got 1.5 times boost, 1.5 times boost, 1.5 times boost, right? All of them are boosted. I would recommend always bringing one character that is of your boosted typing here. For example, Psychic, meaning I would probably want to use a Psychic character for every single battle so I can maintain that buff that I am getting on all these characters. And again, I would prioritize whatever the bonuses are for each of these stages and try and win that way. And do consider they scale in difficulty all the way up to Area 10, where if you face very hard, they'll have 100% buff, and if you don't face very hard, they'll have a just flat 0 buff. They'll be at whatever their regular base stats are, and face area 10 on regular hard difficulty, and you'll win with ease and get far more points than if you were to buy an Apple Cup and beat very hard. Just being honest. I think that's it. I think that is it. When it comes to actually buying items, I think for optimal optimal point output, it would be best to probably only spend about 800 points on items, which would be 300 on the CL scope, and then 500 in region buffers, main character buffers, type buffers, whatever it may be. That's what I recommend. You buy about 500 points worth of those, because that's a 500% total buff, and you'll be able to go through all these stages without difficulty, and then again, another 300 for the CL scope, so you can really plan your teams ahead of the battles without actually having to do them, right? And without having to do it on the go. That will net you the most possible points in order to actually be able to get all these rally medals and all of that. Yeah, right. If you want to read this little overview, because it may be simpler, go for it. This is pretty simple to understand. Thank you, Flurkin, for it. But whatever. I hope I really kind of sold it for you here. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's pretty much it. There's nothing else to really talk about. If you have any comments, or if you have any questions, seriously, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll help you out the best that I possibly can. It should be pretty simple to understand. But again, if there's anything that I may have not talked about properly, I'll probably try and make it pinned comment to try and explain that stuff better. Just comment if you need help, of course. Let me know. And yeah, I'll see you all later. Hope you all enjoyed. Good luck on facing your battle rallies. And yeah. Credit to Absol, Flurkin for the screenshot here. Yo Power for this screenshot of this lucky battle, because this was not mine. And yeah, I'll see you all later.